Loyalty is the single most important factor in the long-term success of an organization.
What is InfoBeans culture to you?
The most important aspect of any organization is to be human.
Team members in the entire equation.
They are everything. What we want from people is the heart. Are they putting their heart into the work? And I think that will define the work-life balance. I always say that काम 20 घंटे करो, 22 घंटे करो, 24 घंटे करो. But when you go home, there should be no stress.
So now we know why do we hit so many emails at Monday 9 a.m.
Yeah, and especially for women members, if they are able to ensure their parents-in-law, then I think that's a unique benefit at home as well.
Even the boys get better treatment at Sasural. What do you feel, Siddharth, is the USP of InfoBeans?
The people. That is truly the USP. So if you are sitting here as an InfoBeans team member, you are not sitting in the next company as that company's team member. So you are the differentiator.
Good. Let's start with the very first, culture. Anybody while exploring an organization or thinking of joining in, सबसे पहले वहाँ का culture कैसा है? How is it? So in your words, what is InfoBeans culture to you?
The most important aspect of any organization is to be human. When we are running in a corporate environment, we sometimes tend to forget what humanity is, and which is quite natural as well. But we need to remind ourselves that ultimately the business has to benefit a human down the line. If we are human with each other, महात्मा गांधी की saying थी ना कि जैसा आपको अपने साथ करवाना हो वैसे ही आप किसी और के साथ करिए.
Very true.
So if we treat other people like you want yourself to be treated, I think that should define our culture. I don't think we should have too many rules, this, that, guidelines, policies. You have been here for a very long time, and you have seen our guidelines and policies grow from a few pages to a volume.
Right.
And I think that is not something that I'm very happy about. But when you grow, you have to create some of these guidelines and policies. But still, the fundamental principle should be treat other people the way you want yourself to be treated.
Good. So it's human, right? People
Being
at
human.
the center.
Yes.
Being human. Very true.
To borrow from Salman Khan.
Very good. So if it's people human at the nucleus for the organization, so when it comes to revenues, top line, bottom line, investors, growth, a lot of it in this entire equation, team members always come back and say, where do I fit in the big picture? Do I really have a say? Do I matter in the value chain? So what is your thoughts about that team members in the entire equation presence?
They are everything. See, all of this is a result of what team members do. If team members do not exist, then we don't exist. So they are everything and everywhere. We run this organization for the team. That is the fundamental thing. We, as you said, our fundamental idea of running the organization is to make this the best place to work at.
Right.
So who works here? Our team.
Yes.
So they are at the heart, core, epicenter of anything and everything. So there's nothing without them. You and I are nothing without them.
Absolutely.
And we are part of the team.
Absolutely. So team member 001.
I don't know if 001, but...
Right. But I think, sir, when it comes to team members, for team members, what is very important is work-life balance, right? We keep on hearing this overly used buzzword by the Gen Z especially. I want to understand you yourself have a very crazy schedule. To get a meeting in your calendar is, I know the pain about it, but late nights, early mornings, families. But what is your thought, right? Does your work-life balance as in a real balance exist? Or are there any days where you also throw your hand, yaar, bas ab nahi hoga?
Huh, absolutely. We can do whatever we want to do whenever we want to do in our digital age. And that, I think, is a good thing and a bad thing, because there's no 9 to 5 now.
Yes.
पहले क्या government jobs में, banks में, there used to be a start time and an end time. But because of digitalization of the economy, there is no start time and end time. And therefore, the work-life balance debate is a bit of unnecessary debate. What we want from people is performance. What we want from people is the heart Are they putting their heart into the work? And I think that will define the work-life balance. I always say that काम 20 घंटे करो, 22 घंटे करो, 24 घंटे करो, but when you go home, there should be no stress. That is the idea. Working hard does not translate into more stress. Not working hard translates into more stress. If you think that you have not given your 100% to whatever task you are assigned, then when you go home, you'll always be thinking at the back of the mind, and that creates stress. अगर आप ये सोच के जाते हो कि यार आज मैंने अपना भरपूर दे दिया, अब इसके आगे मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती, then I think your stress level will go down to zero. But क्या होता है, इंसान अपने आप से झूठ नहीं बोल सकता.
Right.
तो आप अपने आप से कभी ये झूठ नहीं बोल पाओगे कि आज मैंने अपना सब कुछ दे दिया, जब आपको पता है कि यार एक चीज और ट्राई कर सकती थी. So I think that is work-life balance for me. If you are not feeling like working, in any case, there are Saturdays and Sundays. At InfoBeans, generally speaking, we do not ask people to work Saturdays and Sundays. Generally.
Yeah,
I'm not saying every day, every time or every week, but generally that is the idea. Even I don't try to bother people on a Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes I schedule my emails. Even if I'm working on Saturdays, I'll schedule my emails so that they deliver on a Monday.
So now we know why do we hit so many emails at Monday 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to be human about it.
Yes.
But at the same time, I do not think there's a very good definition of work-life balance. This debate is going on. The gentleman from L&T, Mr. Narayan Murthy, all of them are saying 70 hours, 80 hours, God knows what. I just say put your heart into it. And after that, if you are not, if you're out of ideas, if you are out of effort, energy, that is when you will sleep very well. So that is work-life balance for me.
Again, something more tangible. So compensation is which becomes hygiene after a level, right? Let's first talk about a more benefits other than compensation. So whether medical insurance that is there, or little beans, kind of quite unique, where you actually can sit with your kid right in the center of the office and work. How do you distinguish what is essential and what is a good to have when it comes to evaluating benefits that needs to be offered to the team members?
Other than money. See, medical insurance is number one. I think that is very important because corporates are in a unique position to get medical benefits for not just themselves, not just the team members themselves, but also their parents and parents-in-law.
Yeah.
So that is number one.
Parents-in-laws, no doubt about it. I think that is something unique, and we actually, the team has a lot of appreciation.
Yeah, and especially for women members, if they are able to insure their parents-in-law, then I think that's a unique benefit at home as well.
Even the boys get better treatment at Sasural.
That is true as well. So that is one benefit that immediately comes to mind. The second benefit that you have been very vigorously chasing me for is food.
Absolutely. And, good you brought it yourself.
I brought it myself because I know that's something that we need to work on. But food in the premises, I think you can call it a benefit or a convenience. I think that is important. We do not have a working cafeteria right now. We did have in the past. There were certain reasons why we chose to discontinue it. But that is something high on our list in terms of we have to start, or we should start that.
I'm sure my audience is going to be super happy hearing that the cafeteria, getting it back full swing, is on the card. So something
it is definitely on the cards. But it is important. It is
no
definitely
doubt. In Indore, the bond really happens on food.
Yeah, I agree. I cannot disagree there. The third thing is physical health.
Yes.
Physical health. I think if the organization can provide certain avenues. Now, there's been a question, why don't we start a gym?
Right.
And I've been opposing that, and I will continue to oppose that because we're not at a scale where we can start our own gym. And there are certain liabilities that, come up. But we have a cricket net, we have table tennis, we have snooker tables, and people walk around the campus. So that part, I think, can be construed as a benefit. It should be taken in the most positive sense. You have activities, the rewards and recognition. I think you do some physical stuff.
Strengths.
You have dandiya and all those celebrations, which is quite physically draining, I'm guessing.
Another interesting perspective, which is leadership, right? So again, I'd say another InfoBeans would say blessed, right? We have 250 plus members who've been within the organization for 5+ years, 100+ people in the double-digit club that are there. the first team member, Paridhi, is now managing accounts receivable globally. So that speaks a lot about it. But there's another shade where people say probably the leadership is so long, right? It limits fresh ideas. It brings stagnations, right? It brings makes people, everybody comfortable. What is your perspective? How do you see long-term leadership? Is it a strength or is it a constraint?
No, this is not a constraint. It is definitely a strength. For sure, it's a strength. In small pockets, it becomes a constraint, but not overwhelmingly. In very small, 5, 10%, 90%, it is a strength. It is required also. We cannot have people leave every few years. That is not the idea. People have to stick around because that is the way you can propagate the culture, if nothing else. That is one.
Very important.
Second part is the trust. If I want to have somebody stand in front of a brand new client, I can't be everywhere. So people who have been in the organization, are part of the organization, have a good sense of the ethos of the organization because they are the organization. So we bank on these senior people. From their perspective, again, it is about how much hunger they have. And of course, hunger goes down with time. They do become comfortable. But then it is our job also. I'll take that responsibility on the organization to push those people and say, get out of your comfort zone. Here is extra responsibility. Here's what you should do more. I think that part I will definitely take on the organization.
So again, loyalty is important. It brings stability, it brings consistency, faster execution, deep institutional knowledge. That's your perspective on loyalty.
Absolutely. And loyalty by definition cannot be bought and should not be bought. If you are getting somebody on a higher compensation from somebody else, I'm not saying the person is being disloyal, but at the same time, there is a certain element of doubt there. Which loyalty, the people that we have, 250 plus people, or even people who have joined recently, I think I value their loyalty a lot more than just money. And I'm being very serious about it. Loyalty is the single most important factor in the long-term success of an organization. Loyalty equals long-term by definition. So there is no question loyalty, people who have been with us through thick and thin, they are the single most important asset to the organization. Agar that entire team is an asset, तो उस asset में भी ये ज़्यादा अच्छे assets हैं.
Good. I think my audience here, my existing members, my potential are able to get that. On a last closing note, I would like to hear, what do you feel, Siddharth, is the USP of InfoBeans?
The people. That is truly the USP. So if you are sitting here as an InfoBeans team member, you are not sitting in the next company as that company's team member. So you are the differentiator. Not the AI. They have Gemini, we have Gemini. They have Open ChatGPT, we have ChatGPT. So these things are not the differentiator. If Kanupriya is on my side, she is the differentiator. If these 1600 people are on my side, they are the differentiator because they cannot be replicated. Yes. Everything else can be replicated. So the people are truly the differentiator. If we say that we have, some extraordinary IP or skills that nobody else has, I do not think any company can assume that they are a perpetual differentiator. These things, these technologies or hardware or software or assets, they're not a perpetual differentiator. People are a perpetual differentiator.
Absolutely. Very beautifully summarized. So people are truly our brand ambassadors, and we look forward to taking InfoBeans to the next heights with these people.
Absolutely.
Right. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.